it's Ingrid here. I'm back with another one of my Total Noob videos. Today I'm going to be experimenting with metallic paints, which I'm really excited to do. I'm going back to the two miniatures that I started on in the last video, and I'm also going to do a little bit of correcting of the mistakes I made. So a few of my colours mixed and made a horrible brown colour on that shield of my Stormcast Eternal Liberator, so I'm going to correct that and make sure that purple comes out nicely. First of all, massive thank you, big shout out to all of our Patreons. If you want to know more about our Patreon, the link is in the box down below. So let's get started and see you on the other side. So today I've come back to my Stormcast Eternal Liberator and my Plague Bearer over here. And I'm going to experiment with some metallic paints, which I've not done before. Everything I do in these videos is something brand new to me. So I hope you have fun watching me attempt this. First of all though, I'm going to try and clean up the mistakes that I made last time. So I basically, if you watched the last video, you saw that I made that kind of yellow colour overlap there, and it's turned into some horrible brown. So I'm going to clean that up and I'm going to paint over it with a bit of that base Gracia. I might do a couple of coats of that to completely get rid of all those mistakes over that what's meant to be purple. So yeah, I'm going to do a couple of coats of that and then we'll come back to it. I'm going to try and keep it as neat as I can. Saying that, we don't know. We'll see how it goes. It might take a couple of coats to cover up. And then I'm going to repaint that contrast paint again. Obviously, let it dry in between. You can see it's going to definitely take a couple of coats. Might be worth noting that I've never done covering up or touching up or anything like that either, so this is kind of a double video because I'm having to go at that too. Definitely watered it down a little bit too much on that side. Nearly there. Nearly got that first coat, and then I'm just going to leave that to dry, I think. See if I can get a bit more coverage up here. To be fair, that's not really the part that went brown, it was more at the bottom. But still. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that to dry and come back to it. Okay, so while I let that shield dry up, I'm going to play around with my little plague bearer, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of metallic to his sword. Yeah, so we'll give it a go. I'm using this Iron Hands Steel silver colour and a bit of this medium too. I don't want too much because I don't want to overdo it, but let's see what it turns out like. It's a really nice colour actually. I'm using a smaller brush obviously. I'm thinking about next time doing another video on kind of detailing. Not that I know anything about it, but I'm going to have a go at it. I've watched some videos on people doing kind of washes over there, over the top of the metallics, and they turned out really well, so I might have a go at doing that. I've seen blue contrast paint over the top, that looked nice. Use a little bit too much of that Lamian, so it's a bit drippy. You can see it's got a definite sparkle to it though. Looks quite nice actually. Definitely different to the rest of him. Might do a bit at the top of his horn actually. Right, I'm going to leave him as he is and let it dry and go back to my Liberator. So back to the sky, and that coat has pretty much dried, so I'm going to do a second one. You can see how much of a difference it makes doing that second coat actually. Cover up all of those terrible mistakes. I would say no one will have to know it ever happened, but you all know it happened because I filmed it, so. It's definitely getting the coverage it needs. Nearly done. If you're wondering what that noise is in the background, that's Katie and Craig clipping stuff away. Getting it all ready to put on the website. So when no one's being tortured. Someone in the last video commented, who's been tortured in the background? I wasn't sure whether it was the sound of the chickens clucking or them clipping stuff up. But we promise, nobody is harmed in the making of these videos. Right, I think that's done. You can tell you can't see any of that horrible brown colour that I made. So I'll leave that to dry and then go back to it. Okay, so that base coat has all dried up now. I'm going to attempt this purple colour again, and there's no wet yellow, so hopefully it's not going to turn brown. Let's see how it goes. It's been a while since I last painted this, but I remember that this coat was quite a thin purple colour, so it takes a couple of goes to bring out the actual brightness of it. It just looks, might be good for a wash. These bits that I need to be careful with, just around this little pan. It's definitely better than the brown. It feels so good to get all this fixed. It was annoying me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I don't like seeing things unfinished. And definitely wasn't perfect. Ooh. One of the comments gave a tip of moving the miniature around, not your hands, so that's what I'm doing. Moving them upside down, making it easier to paint. So yeah, keep giving me tips, it's useful. I will take them into account if I remember them. Nearly got 1,000 views on that video as well, actually, so thanks for watching that. Watching me make a fool of myself. Right, it's looking a little bit patchy at the moment. Another coat should sort that out though. I'm wondering whether to use a bigger brush on these larger bits, because I think it's showing the direction of the brush a little bit, so I might switch back to my other one. It's actually the one that I used for the base coat, so I don't know why I changed brushes, but we'll go back. More of this lovely purple. Yeah, that's bringing out the colour a bit better. A little bit too much water. Can mop it up like that. It's actually moving itself around the shield. But it's working, so that's fine. I'm actually going to let that dry and then perhaps give it another coat. I'm just going to mop up a few more little areas actually. I've got my brush a bit too wet for this. Forgetting how thin this paint is anyway. Doesn't need that wet of a brush. So I'll just paint myself a bit. There we go, that should dry a bit quicker then. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that for now and come back to it. That coat's all dried, so I'm going to do a second coat on top of that because, as you can see, it's a little bit patchy. On flat surfaces I know that it can come out like that, so let's do another coat. It's looking better already. Definitely getting similar to this sort of colour that I've got on that bit and on the shoulders. That's what we're aiming for. There's a few bits at the bottom that I just wanted to make sure there is full coverage on, so I've added a little bit more to my brush, so it'll probably take a bit longer to dry, but it definitely is giving it more coverage because there's a little white patch there from the base, and that's been covered up now. So same thing there. Anything looks better than that brown that I'd made myself. Getting the hang of this a little bit more, kind of turning the miniature around rather than turning my arms at all sorts of weird angles. as you can see, that's looking a lot better. Getting a bit of glare from that lamp, but needed to see what I'm doing. But yeah, much better than it was before. Definitely more matching with the rest of the armour. I'm actually just going to do this little front bit a little bit more as well, because now that I've made that darker, I think this needs to be a bit darker. So that'll match nicely. Just do this little ribbon as well. So, I mean, I know that bit's a bit of yellow, I don't know if you can see under there. But at the moment I'm not going for the detail. So I can work on that another time. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that shield's come out. It's definitely looking better than it was before. So I'm going to move on to some metallic paints. Right, so let's get started on this metallic coat. I am using this Retrogruta armour and the same medium for mixing them. I'm going to start on his armour, and I'm actually thinking of doing his weapon in that silver colour that I used earlier, so let's give this a go. I like it, it's very bright. It's kind of more orangey than yellow as well. But yeah, looking good so far. Let's carry on. I'm realising there's so many bits that I missed. Look at the back of that. There's nothing on there. I'm just going to do that all in this gold colour, but I'll get there eventually. I'm starting on the front. That front part of his armour is coming along nicely. Yeah, I think it complements the purple colour quite nicely. I'm going to start doing these shoulder bits. There's a bit where I went outside the lines, but that's completely covered it up, so that's good to know. Covers up my little purple mistakes. Yeah, very good to know, because there's a few of them. There's another one there. Let's watch it cover it up. As if by magic. Gone. Right, so I'm going to do the outside of the shield and have a go at doing this fiddly little bit in the middle. I'll start with the outside because that's definitely the easier bit. But yeah, it's a nice colour, and it looks quite nice over the yellow. It's come out really, really bright and vibrant. Okay, so there's another bit where, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some overlapping of the purple. And hopefully it will do the same as it did before. Oh, lovely. Cleaned that up nicely. It's a bit harder to hold it at the angles I want to while some of it's wet, but I'm sort of getting used to that. Okay. I'm going to try and paint, oh you can't see it, this little rim around the edge. I'm going to see if I can get that gold. It's probably going to mean holding it at a weird angle. So let's go for it. So it's meant, I've actually had a little bit of it go onto the purple, but it kind of looks okay. Someone else said something about using, it was in the same comment about using the side of the brush rather than the end for these detail bits. So, that's actually worked quite well. I haven't gone on that purple at all there, so great tip, very good. That bit has gone on ever so slightly. I mean, it's impossible to see it on the camera, but there's like one little bit of glitter. But to be honest, pretty happy with how that's gone. Okay, I'm not going to overdo it because I'll probably end up ruining it again. But I'm pretty happy with how that shield's turned out there. So I'm going to go back to the rest of the armour. And, oh, of course, the back of the shield. So I'll do that. It's a really, really fiddly bit to do because I don't want to end up going onto that purple at the bottom. Trying to fit my... Right, I can hold it by there. It's kind of figuring out the best way to paint it. That works a bit better. Yeah, and that hasn't come off at the front, so alright, this angle, it's a good one. Now I'm just going to get the edge. It's quite hard to show it on the camera. Right. That did actually go over a little bit, but I quickly wiped it away. It's giving it a bit of a shimmer at the bottom. It looks alright, it's only at the edge. Okay. Back to... I know I've missed out quite a bit of armour there. Okay, so now looking at that, oh I've missed a bit there. Looking at the back of the shield, I'm seeing the difference between the bit I've painted over and without having that yellow. Because it's quite thick paint, you can't really see through it all that much, but you can just slightly. So that yellow contrast paint that I used on all over these bits, it's giving it a slightly different tone. It's quite hard to pick up on the camera. I'm liking it. Getting this little bit of the hand and the arm, but trying not to get any on the weapon because I want to do that silver, so just kind of painting around it. I realised I've missed under that bit. You can see there, I missed that on the contrast paint, so I can just make up for it now. Ooh. Oh, okay. Actually, with turning the miniature rather than angling my hand differently as well, it's easier to see the bits I've missed. So hopefully next time I do one, you know, kind of start to finish, I won't be missing parts out. there's another fiddly bit. It's around the shield, getting in between. I mean, I suppose you won't really see that as much, but I'll know it's there. I'm really enjoying using these paints. It's a totally different effect to the contrast paints. I'm really looking forward to seeing the whole thing done actually. Okay, I'm nearly there with this coat. Just got a few little bits to do. I have got a little bit on that purple. It's okay. This is only my second painting session, so I'm still new. Right. I think, let me just double check. I think that's done. Okay. Oh, I missed a bit at the top of the shield. That's better. Okay. So I'm done with that gold colour. Pretty pleased with how it's come out actually. Yeah, I like it. Oh wait, hang on. No, I've missed that bit. I've missed this other little weapon he's got holstered. Yeah, I'll just finish that off. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can put down that gold paint now. Yeah, I like how that's come out. I'm going to have a go doing this weapon with the silver. So I'll be back in a minute to do that. Okay, let's go on to this Iron Hands steel. And have a go at using that. I'm aware that it's not dry yet, so I'm going to try and not get it all over my fingers. Okay. Oh wow, that's gone over the yellow. It's quite interesting how that's gone over actually. It's not completely full coverage like the gold paint is. Well, that one's not either, but this one's got a little bit more Or maybe I've just thinned it out a bit more, I don't know. Let's keep going. I think it depends how much you load onto this one, because it does show a little bit more of the yellow through, I think, than the gold does. But I quite like that. But like I said, I'll probably do a video in the future on washes and more detailed stuff. Well, I'll have a go at it. That's what these videos are all about, just having a go. You never know if you don't try. I don't think you can tell really much about the consistency using it over on this guy, because it was already on kind of a grey base, but I don't know if you can see that there's still a bit of the yellow coming through. I don't know whether to keep. I'm going to give it another little once over actually. Right, I think I'm done with that, that silver colour, and I think I'm finished with the Liberator for today actually. I've really enjoyed using... Oh wait, hang on. I just realised there's a little bit of detail that I've missed on that shoulder there. I'm going to go back and pick up that gold colour again. Ended up painting myself, which seems to happen. Okay, yeah, let's try getting this bit of detail. It could go horribly wrong. But it looks a bit odd to leave it yellow. Hey, that's worked out. Now for the little lightning bits. Okay, right, happy with that. Right, I'm going to call it a day on those two little miniatures. Not really done all that much on my Plague Bearer, but I'm happy with how he's turned out. Yeah, that one's had a lot more of the metallic on it. I think it's paid off a lot, and especially with that touch up on the shield. So yeah, right, that's it for today. So I'm pretty happy with how my Liberator came out. Definitely love that purple shield. much better than the brown. Next time I'm going to give some washes and a bit more detailing a go. So yeah, hopefully see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.